You're listening to Ecstasy Radio, your number one free rock and metal radio show. Powered by Ecstasy Media Productions. Let's get this rock rolling. Let's get this rock rolling. Let's get this rock. And now for your host, DJ Dog. Hey, I'm Doc, and I'm the host of Ecstasy Radio, your number one free rock and metal radio show. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you. I do appreciate it. And if you're new here, welcome. I don't have a lot of news to cover with you, other than later in the show, I'll be joined by Martti from Lucidity. I had a great time talking with him, and I think you guys will enjoy the interview. But before then, let's get the rock rolling here, guys. I've got Dead in Finland first with their song Saint and Sinner, so I'll catch you guys back here in a bit. You're listening to Ecstasy Radio, your number one free rock and metal radio show. Enjoy.
In the storm and the burning silence, I will find my way on the edge, walking on a tightrope, not turning in today. Every downfall rising up so high to make this life worthwhile. You can feel me, you can lead me, you can heal me, you can see me, you can kill me. Take my hand. everything else has been leaving me hollow. Crave a better tomorrow, I felt like I've lost, it's a hard pill to swallow. When they don't wanna see the good in you, when this is all that you believe in and you see it through, with everybody on the other side just peeking through, it only makes you wanna justify the way you speak your truth. This is all I am, a gap to a grin in the shell of a man. Will it pass all the pretenses put in the plan? Will it pass them the people that pulling my hand in their own direction? But my progression is by my discretion. Trials and lessons never close my past, so I keep trying my best, they won't hold me back.
Take it all in stride.
But there has to be another way. Your circumstance. Stay on the course. If it pushes you down, go back at it with force and just take your time and climb it. Know that always you'll stand growing above it all. And know that when it seems that your whole world is burning, you find it in the fire to press on.
I'll learn to take it all in stride. To bury me alive, I'll keep on moving forward, one mountain at a time. I take it step by step. I take it step by step.
And that was Normandy with Stride. Before that, that was Chroma with Kill the Friction. What I've got up next is Wholeway Studios' cover of Wings of a Butterfly by him. So I'll catch you guys back here in a bit. You're listening to Ecstasy Radio, your number one free rock and metal radio show.
Blazing alright.
Hey, I'm Doc here on Ecstasy Radio, your number one free rock and metal radio show. And today, guys, I'm joined by Martti from Lucidity. Martti, how are you, man?
Hello. Quite hectic kind of life here in Finland, but otherwise it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Very cool, man. Very cool. Our listeners absolutely love your band. They love your music, and they've been asking for you to get you on the show, and so I want to thank you for coming on the show.
No worries.
Hey, man. So I want to ask you about the origin of your band. When and how did you guys start?
I think this band started just the way every Finnish band has ever been started. So we were drunk and we were in a bar, and so we started to talk about music, and suddenly we decided to form a band. It's just the usual way, I've formed like thousands of bands drunk here in this. There's this city right next to me called Jyväskylä, and there's this legendary kind of venue called Lutakko, and there's quite a lot of bands play there, and so me and a couple of friends of mine, we started to talk about music, and then we formed the band. I think that was in 2004 or something like that. But the band really started to, to me, it really started in 2006 or 7.
Okay, very cool. Where did you guys get the name Lucidity from?
It's pretty much from lucid dreaming. This friend of mine was he was interested about lucid dreaming, so suddenly I saw this phrase in this book that he had on his table, and I saw the phrase lucidity, and then some kind of gibberish after that, but the word lucidity just like stuck in my head, so that's where it came from.
Very cool. So you guys have a third full-length album out called Escherian, and it's a concept album. So what is the story behind that? What's the concept behind it?
The concept is just like one time I explained it. It's like the Groundhog Day, the Bill Murray movie, but quite more fucked up and darker kind of version of that movie.
Right.
But the main concept is all about like, to me it's modern day people just living their lives, just every day is the same, and no one is questioning about for example, there's a big war going on in Europe, but still everything goes on the same way as it was yesterday.
Yeah.
So it's just like that kind of a it's not political. I don't want to have that kind of I don't want to have any political kind of thing going on with this band, but it's not political, but it's not a statement, but it's just like sort of more like an observation about modern day world, I guess.
Okay, very cool. Well, I want to ask you, or not ask you, but I want to commend you on this album. Like I said, our audience absolutely loves it, and anything that we played off of it. And my initial thoughts off of it is it's very progressive, it's very atmospheric, it's melancholic. It's got that Finnish melancholy in it, but it's very, very powerful as well. So I want to commend you on this album. It's an incredible album.
Actually, thanks. First of all, thanks, and those are the exact words that I had in mind when we formed the band, and even though I was drunk, but still I had those things in mind to be able to create something that's quite heavy, but at the same time it could be a little bit more light and like diverse. And the Brocky stuff started to come in, I think right before we did the first album. Music started to evolve more. The proggy kind of stuff started to come up, but the overall, so the sort of bigger kind of view of the band has always been that we want to do that kind of music that we would ourselves like to listen to. So there's pretty much no boundaries. It's pretty much everything that all of us will listen to. I think the extreme ends are not that apparent. Like black death metal, which I like to listen to, but also like pop and jazz. I like to listen to, many different types of music. But the extreme ends are not that apparent. But it's pretty much like we do the type of music that ourselves would like to listen to.
Very cool.
So I think it's quite free kind of songwriting, I guess.
Yeah.
Because there's no we have to be like this.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that through the entire album. I mean, it's got a very free flowing kind of, each song is different and it comes at a different angle, and it's just an incredible album. So when did you guys begin to record this album?
Quite a long time ago. Usually, the thing about this band is, we try to do some kind of schedule, but
Hmm.
after like a week, we're far behind of the schedule. So that's the thing that usually happens. And of course, like life happens.
Yeah,
There's always been some kind of stuff going on.
yeah.
But I think I started to do songs right after we released the second album, Oceanum, in 2019. I think I had some couple of songs already done,
Hmm.
and but I think the recording process started in 2022. I guess it was Corona totally,
Yeah.
yeah, that happened, and suddenly I was totally bored, and then I decided to do a little bit more than just like a normal album. So that's when the concept came in.
Okay, very cool. Very cool. So how does this album differ from your past work? I know that you guys have put out two full-length albums before this one, so how does it differ?
I think this is a little bit more, like you said, it's quite proggy, and I think this is a little bit more proggy than the previous two.
Hmm.
And in a way, I think it has a little bit more some kind of dark atmosphere it has, and it's a little bit darker to me than the previous two, I guess.
Okay, very cool.
But,
Very
but
cool.
it's really hard to me to compare these three albums with each other, because of course the first album is always, the debut album is always like a best of so far
Hmm.
type of album, and we didn't have that much, we just just we weren't ready to be in a way that we are today.
Hmm.
But and between the first and the second album, something happened. Like, actually, I have this really interesting conversation with a really good friend of mine called Mika Minkkinen, who has written quite a lot of lyrics to the first two albums. And we were actually, again, we were in the same legendary venue, Lutakko, a little bit drunk again, and he asked me that, what's up with Lucidity, and then I said to him that, it's pretty good, but I'm a little bit having a little bit like writer block going on,
Yeah.
and and I was complaining how all the sort of influences are so, right there, and there, it's, to me, it felt like there was too much of different kind of influences, and you can totally hear that there's a little bit Pink Floyd, there's a little bit of whatever.
Yeah.
And then he just said to me, why the hell does that matter? And why you don't just do what you do? And that sort of, yeah, just like a Yoda moment. It was like, yeah, that's true, actually. And that was the biggest change, and I think that's the sort of a biggest push to the place that we're at the moment.
Okay. All right. Do you have a particular favorite song from the album?
I think During My Sleep and Becoming, those two, I think, in a way, are sort of favorite songs, because they were so easy to write. I think Becoming, even though it's quite a lengthy song, it's something like 5 or 6 minutes. I think it was a little bit over 6 minutes, but I think I wrote it in 4. It was so easy. It started to pour out. Suddenly, it's just like I don't know what happened. I wish I would have that kind of experience a little bit more. It started to just like come out, and suddenly the song was done, and I was like, whoa, that's something else. And the Becoming was pretty much the same way, even though it's quite proggy and there's quite a lot of rhythm changes and stuff like that. But it was, for some reason, I don't know why, it was so easy to write. And those two, I think they have. I think those two have the sort of extreme ends that I like to have in music that I do. The other one is quite heavy and it's quite a lot of proggy, and the other one, it's just like flowing through, like more like Zen, if you will.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing During My Sleep here in a little bit. But I wanted to ask you about the reception of the album. What has that been like so far?
It's been, in a way, a bit overwhelming. There's quite a lot of good words has been speaking about it, but it's just like three, I don't remember when it was released, less than a month ago, so it's quite new in a way. So that I haven't heard that much of feedback yet, but what I have heard, it was quite overwhelming in a way.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. Well, like I told you, like our audience loves it. I mean, they love Threads to Follow. They love Path. They love anything that we played from this album so far. So I'm going to go ahead and play During My Sleep. This is During My Sleep by Lucidity, and I'm joined today by Martti from Lucidity. We'll catch you guys back here in a bit. You're listening to Ecstasy Radio, your number one free rock and metal radio show. Rock on.
clear sky is not a curse. I need a veil between me and the sky. Life left me hanging and dry. Fear of energy explosion. What a waste of energy. Who's going to keep you safe?
And that was Volume Crime with Etna. Before that, that was Alyssa with Clear Sky Is Not a Curse. What I've got up next is Kill Hall with Pure of Heart, Clear of Mind. So I'll catch you guys back here in a bit. You're listening to Ecstasy Radio, your number one free rock and metal radio show.
Let's go! Crossing, your scarecrow silent, but the wolves are howling. Come back in the shadows of earth, so the prodigal one could return. Awaken your spirit and dance with us again. In the fires of evil, fires of evil, fires of evil, fires of evil.
Hey, I'm Doc here on Ecstasy Radio, your number one free rock and metal radio show. And today, guys, I'm joined by Martti from Lucidity. So, Martti, what does music mean to you?
Everything. I've been a music geek since I was something like 7 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing different instruments since I was 7 years old. And it's pretty much everything. I don't know. I think I can do anything. Just and it's really hard for me to explain it. But if I do anything like sports or just like walk or just like I can just like be on my sofa and just listen to music and try to discover something new to listen to and try to figure out where different bands, for example, like the 70s. I'm a huge fan of the 70s prog and rock in general, but I like to try to find something new to listen to from for example, from the 70s, like what has been done in this specific studio, what has the producer done besides those big hits from like Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's just like it means everything. It's sort of I can sort of escape my ordinary life just like with listening to music. Just go and have a walk with my dog, and before that I try to find something new to listen to so I can just walk on like 2 hours straight.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even feel like a walk because I'm just listening to music. So it means a lot.
Very cool. Very cool. The next question I have for you is kind of a difficult one. So if you could write a definition of what music is in the dictionary, what would it be and why?
It would be something like pathway to escape from your ordinary routines and boring life, or something like that. I think there's a term escapism or something like that.
Yeah, escapism.
Yeah, that just that word.
Okay, all right. Well, like I said, I'll contact Webster's dictionary and have that put in there for you.
Yeah. Yes. Thanks. Thanks.
So, who are your musical influences? Like, I hear a lot of in your music, you have a lot of prog stuff, and I hear a lot of like Catatonia, and a lot of that prog sort of symphonic metal sort of stuff. So, who are your musical influences?
This could take a while, but it's I have always described my music tastes that it's almost anything in between jazz and pop to extreme metal, and almost anything from like late 60s to this period. But there's huge amount of stuff that I just can't stand that could be fitting into those sort of boundaries. For example, 80s rock is something that I just can't stand. I just start to bleeding from my ears if I listen to it even more than like 5 seconds or something like that. But I think it's the stuff that has had a huge impact on me, which are for example, you mentioned Catatonia. That's one of them. Opeth is quite clear from our music, but
Very
also
cool.
the stuff like Pink. I'm a huge Pink Floyd fan. That's quite huge. And actually, there was this one time, this one elderly gentleman after a live show came to talk to me about music, and suddenly he said the best like compliment that I've ever gotten. He said that if Pink Floyd suddenly started to do music today, it would sound exactly like that. And I was like in clouds after that comment because I'm a huge fan. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that has had an impact on me, and it's like the list goes on, and it's pretty much like I said earlier. It's pretty much like everything that we listen to. So there's no sort of boundaries in that sense.
Very cool. Very cool. Wow, what sort of music do you listen to when you're writing and recording your own music?
I try to listen to exactly the opposite type of music.
Okay.
So it's totally opposite. Just to try to sort of get my head free from all the sort of mannerisms that I have. I try to get rid of those every single time. And actually, that's a good thing. Actually, I have just started to write new stuff today, but I need to have like good 2, 3, 4 years in between the writing processes.
Yeah.
But to get my mind away from all the mannerisms that I have, I just listen to totally different type of music. Actually, I've listened to quite a lot of just like pop, just like melodic pop and jazz. But actually today I listen to old school death metal from the 90s, Obituary, Dayside, Cannibal Corpse and stuff like that. So those are. But usually I just want to get rid of all the thoughts about what should I do. I don't want to have any that kind of limitations about anything.
Yeah. Well, you said that you listened to Opeth earlier, and that actually is my favorite band of all time. So
yeah,
rock on, brother.
Fantastic.
Rock on, brother.
Fantastic.
Do you have a favorite Opeth album?
Yeah, totally. By far, Blackwater Park.
That's my
my
favorite
favorite.
album. That is my
Yeah.
favorite album, Blackwater Park. It's a
Yeah, actually,
masterpiece.
yeah, it's totally a masterpiece, and it came out in 2001, I guess.
Yeah.
But those days I had a little bit like got bored with music.
Mhm.
I believe I had a couple of bands that both of them broke up, so I didn't have a band, and suddenly I just started to get bored with the stuff that I was listening to, which death, thrash, black metal.
Mhm.
And I wasn't listening to that much of anything. It's just like no, Fate No More was the only thing that I was pretty much listening to, and few
Mhm.
Finnish bands that were like alternative music.
Yeah.
But then one day my friend forgot into my car this mix CD that had Leper Infinity,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just cleaning my car the next day, and and that song came up. I was like, what is this? What is this? It had everything that I was like missing through, like getting bored with music. That
Yeah.
had everything.
Yeah.
And I was fell in love instant. And that was fantastic.
Yeah, it was pretty much the same thing. I was in a metal band and called Raven's Reign, which was named after a song that I wrote. And the drummer comes in to one of our practices, and he's like, "Have you ever heard of a band called Opeth?" Because he was asking me, he's like, "Well, what kind of music do you actually like?" I'm like, well, I kind of like the melancholic kind of sadder type of music, but still very melodic. He's like, "Have you ever heard a band called Opeth?" And I'm like, "No, I've never heard of Opeth." And he was like, "Check out their albums, Damnation and Blackwater Park, and come back to me next week." And so I took a vacation after that, and I literally just binged them. Like, I heard Damnation first, and I just binged it. And then after that, Blackwater Park, and then the rest of the albums came. I just absolutely love Opeth. My favorite
Yeah.
song off of Blackwater Park is The Drapery Falls.
Same.
Yep.
Totally the same. Totally the same. Totally the same.
That is a badass track.
Yeah, that's actually the sort of the why I fell in love with the band, because that has everything that I love to have in music.
Yeah.
I'm pretty, I get bored quite easily,
Mhm.
and that song has every single thing that I want to have in the music. That's mellow parts and beautiful,
Yeah.
clean vocals, and suddenly the crunch and everything. It has everything.
Yeah, it does. It's a great song. It's my favorite song of all time. So what is your favorite lyric line from your new album, and why?
Suddenly I forgot the lyrics, but there's few. Actually, there's this one phrase. It's in the night, in Night with No Morning. Actually, that title in itself is something that I truly I'm proud of. Night with No Morning.
Mm-hmm.
I totally forgot the lyrics, but I sang this. I was in the studio singing this album like 2.5 years ago, and I haven't sang it after that. So, but in the night with No Morning, that has the best sort of phrases in the album.
Okay. Why do you feel that way?
I think that sort of sets the tone for the rest of the album. That's something that I wrote the lyric in 1 week when the pandemic started really hit off here in Finland, and everything was in lockdown.
Yeah.
So suddenly, actually, we went on a vacation with my family, and we went to it was a skiing resort, and we went there, and we were able to be outside for 1 day, and suddenly the whole country locks down,
Mm-hmm.
and I had nothing to do. So then I started to, feeling with, different thoughts that I had about the album. And then suddenly I wrote Night with No Morning lyrics.
Very cool.
And that sort of, that sort of sets the tone for the rest of the album. So I that's something amazing, I think.
Very cool. I think that was the first song I think we ever actually played from your band.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I think that was the first single off of your new album that they sent
Yeah.
over to us. What songs? I'm assuming that you guys have played live. You said that you've been on tour before. So what songs are you guys looking forward to the most performing live from this new album?
I think, to me, it will be Becoming.
Mhm.
That has the sort of weird kind of time changes and stuff like, and it has some kind of twisted kind of drive in it.
Mhm.
So really enjoy that. And also it has this Pink Floydian kind of procky dotted 8 kind of delay stuff going on. So I'm really interested to see our other guitar player playing that live, because it's tricky. It's really tricky to play that thing live.
I was gonna.
That's something.
Yeah, I was getting ready to ask you, what would be the most difficult song to play live from this new album?
In the Presence actually is the trickiest one, because it's so long and that has so many different sections, and it has this sort of jazzy kind of part also.
Yeah.
And I don't think that our drummer will like to play that live.
So, when it comes to playing live, what is the most important thing to you?
To get into the mood of playing that show in that type of emotion that those songs have. So it's totally quite weird thing, because us in the band, so my humor is really dark and we joke around a lot, but the music is something just totally opposite of that. So actually it's a tricky thing, but at the same time the most important thing to get into the mood that those songs have before a gig.
Yeah, very cool. Well, Martti, I say this every show, and it's unfortunate that we have to cut off the conversation. I love talking to my guests, but it's fortunate enough that we do have the music to play. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce the next song. It is Adamentra with Treacherous Valor. We'll catch you guys back here in a bit. Enjoy.
the force of pure aggression. I'm wriggling in the world of deep frustration. A paralyzed soul I try to carry into the light. We're blinded by the foam of trembling lies and surrendered to gone with the flow. It won't let me go. Try to hold on. Shore of failed salvation, I hear the silent waves of slight depression. I'm lost without belief and drowning deep in the sands of fraud. With the screams of my enemies and dying all around me, like the one next to me, the one I should fear, the one I felt so safe while they were heading on to nowhere. Gone tonight, lost in the world, unholy. One little angel alone, frozen rain above her eyes, her tears have touched the light. She's somewhere frozen still alone in the dark winter. She's gone tonight, lost in the world, unholy. Little angel fallen from grace, frozen rain above her eyes. Her tears have turned snow white. She's lost tonight, far from heaven, far from her home. An angel left in the cold, raging storm inside her mind, and the dark winter's night.
And that was Avalanche with She in the Dark Winter, and that features Michael Salo on the vocals. Before that, that was Dark the Suns with Raven. What I've got up next is Doll with Dead Note. So I'll catch you guys back here in a bit. You're listening to Ecstasy Radio, your number one free rock and metal radio show. Enjoy.
After all the white bars are gone, in the picture, all the dark remains, and it seems that the lines are fading. The color left me long ago. Only negative is left, and something in me is slowly changing into the cold, into this me.
Hey, I'm Doc here on Ecstasy Radio, your number one free rock and metal radio show. And today, guys, I'm joined by Martti from Lucidity. So, Martti, do you peel the entire banana before eating it, or do you peel it as you're eating it?
Sometimes I peel it after I've ate it.
You don't have to answer that. But, all right. No, my real question for you is, what is the best advice you've ever received musically?
Actually, the stuff that I just mentioned before with this friend of mine telling me that why should I try to hide all the influences that I have when I write music? That's actually the best advice I've ever gotten, because that totally changed the music that this band does. That was the biggest thing, I think. But also there was this where I grew up in Finland, in this quite small place. I think there was like 5,000 people, 4,000 people lived there, but there's quite active kind of music scene, and there's bands played black metal, death metal, thrash, pop, punk, all kinds of weird hippie stuff. There's quite a lot of different types of music.
Mhm.
And there was this one dude that tried to I think he was like 10, 15 years older than rest of us kids. I was like
Yeah.
13, 14, 15 then. And I was trying to, figure out how to write music. And he just, just like took my guitar and you thinking too much. And then it just like showed me a few chords and okay, that could be a song. Go from there. And, he taught us quite a bit, actually. There's quite a lot of guys that came out from that scene. For example, have you heard this band called Profane Omen from Finland?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, the drummer is a really good friend of mine. The bass player is a really good friend of mine. We all grew up in that same scene, and so there's quite a lot of good stuff came from that scene also.
Yeah, I can relate to you on that because I know that when I was first starting to learn the guitar, I brought my guitar over to a family gathering. I think it was for like Thanksgiving or something, like the holiday that we have here in the States. And I went over there and I was playing guitar and didn't know anything about power chords. And my cousin John, I don't know if he listens to the show, but John, if you're listening out there, yeah, I'm talking about you. So he took my guitar from me and he played something that was incredible, and I'm like, how did you do that? He's like, well, haven't you ever used power chords before? And I'm like, no. And he showed me how to use them. I'm like, okay, all right. So yeah, I definitely get where you're coming from. I can relate to you on that. So how would you describe your music to someone who's never heard it before?
I'm really bad at explaining stuff, especially about my own music. I could explain stuff about, for example, Porcupine Tree or Opeth or Catatonia or Pink Floyd or Deep Purple. I could talk for hours and explain what those guys do, but I'm really bad at explaining what I do and what we do. But I think it's mixture of modern music and with the thought of stuff from the past, because that's in our DNA. And I'd like to think that it's quite diverse because of those influences, because they go from, like I said, from Led Zeppelin to Cannibal Corpse.
Okay.
So diverse, dark, and melancholic music. But the sort of categories and genres, I'm really bad at those, and so I'm not even trying to. Actually, that's the same conversation that we have every time with our label.
Yeah.
What's the genre? I have no idea. So just put whatever you want on it. There's been melodic death metal. There's been melancholic metal. There's been melancholic rock. I don't know what it is, but it's something. I think all those could be fitted.
I think when they sent us over your EPK, they classified you guys as progressive melancholic metal.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, it's that. Yeah.
We'll go with that, right? You heard it right here. You heard it right here on Ecstasy Radio. The progressive melancholic metal.
Yes.
So, what are your plans for the rest of 2024? Do you guys have any more touring, or do you guys have any music videos coming out, or do you guys have any new music that you're working on?
Yes, there will be a few shows, but I think they will be just strictly here in Finland. Actually, we have few times we have been asked to go aboard, but no tours to say. I don't think there will be no tours because we're just too old and lazy to do something like that. We're just too just comfortable in our couches back home, just watching hockey from TV. That's fine, but few shows with. There's quite a lot of bands that we like to play few shows with. So I think that kind of thing will happen after the summer, which is quite short here in Finland. So that comes quite soon. But I've started to write some new material also already, but just like riffs here and there, but few shows I think we will do.
Very cool. Very cool. Is there anything that you would like to tell your fans that might be listening out there?
If you like this one, I think you will like our previous album too, Oceanum. It's a little different. It has blast beats, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Actually, that was some funny talks about the Oceanum when we played a show in Turku here in Finland, and I was the driver. We were driving back home to back home to Jyväskylä, and I wanted to have, but that was right before I started to write music for the second album, Oceanum.
Yeah,
and then I asked the rest of the group that I'm trying to figure out what to do next. So, do you have any ideas? What you want to have? What you want to have? What you don't want to have in the next album? And nothing. They were totally quiet. I was like, "Do you have anything to say?" Totally quiet. Come on, you must have something to say. And then the bass player said, "I want blast beats." Okay, yeah, cool, yeah, let's do that. Anything else? Nothing. So that was the talks that we had before the second album. So with that in mind, I didn't ask them anything about this third one because I knew that they would not, I would get nothing.
Well, since you had played around Finland, I just wanted to ask you: have you ever played Tavastia?
No, not yet. But there was this venue just right next to it that we have played a couple of times.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. So I want to congratulate you on your third full-length album, which is Escherian. It's hard to say. I want to urge everyone out there to check it out. Where can they check it out other than here on Ecstasy Radio?
There's in most of those streaming service like Spotify. I think it's pretty much in all of them.
Yeah,
I guess. And check out our Instagram. There will be this link tree. You can find the link tree in the bio.
Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. So again, I want to congratulate you on your third full-length album, and I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. Like I said, the listeners have been they've very much been loving your music that we've been playing on here. So I just want to thank you so much for coming on the show. It does mean a lot to me.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for all the listenings to say all those fantastic stuff about our music. So thank you.
Hey, it's no problem, man. So you're welcome back anytime. You can come back anytime that you want to, and I hope you definitely will come back. So again, thank you so much, man.
Yeah, thanks.
And that was my good friend Martti from Lucidity. Martti, you're always welcome back here. Always, always, always. And I most definitely hope you do come back. Guys, let's keep the rock and rolling here. I got Paralendra next with their song Look at Me Now. So I'll catch you guys back here in a bit. You're listening to Ecstasy Radio, your number one free rock and metal radio show. Enjoy.
To the end know what to say. I tossed you turned and walked away. And I was too blind to see. You choked the life out of me. Yeah.
And that was Door 13 with Drowning. Before that, there was Hearts and Hand Grenades with Our Darkest Night. What I've got up next is Francesca Tarantino with Tragedy. So I'll catch you guys back here in a bit. You're listening to Ecstasy Radio, your number one free rock and metal radio show.
Today's the same old day. Never thought it'd end this way. Can't find the words to say. Now the spawn's been ripped away. Night falls, thought you'd stay. So confused and not okay. All I want is to see your face. See your face. It's a tragedy, this misery. You're not here with me. Feels like I wanna scream in this tragedy. No, it's not a dream. I have no more dreams. Think I'm gonna scream. It's a tragedy, this misery. You're not here with me.
This is Tony West from Blacklist Union, and you're listening to Ecstasy Radio, your number one free rock and metal radio show.
Every time I see your face, I've been blessed with such grace, facing at a snail's pace, blasted off throughout our space. No time for sorrow, remorse, or shame. They came forward when I said their name. Got no time for the blame game. In my heart still remains. Marked in stone, lost in haters. The happiness express says to later. Marked in stone, lost in haters. Taking nothing less, pray for what they Anytime I try to replace, you disappear without a trace. Again, we both try to erase, yet our love still remains. No time for sorrow, remorse, or shame. They came forward when I said their name. Got no time for the blame game. Yet my heart still remains. Marked in stone, lost in haters. The happiness express says to later. Marked in stone, lost in haters. Taking nothing less, pray for what they Release the fire inside.
Something is within your concrete mind. The end is left to who is left, not right. Keep your sanguine eyes upon the prize. Both hands tied.
You've gotta stand up and fight, fight. It's that connect, do or die, die. When will you ever realize you're slowly running out of time? Fight, fight. Release the fire inside. Fight, fight. Release the fire inside. Let's blow up down the ground. I'm the voice in your head that you can't keep out. I'm the eyes that you find in a faceless crowd. Like a flame in the wind that you can't slow down. It'll feed still the breath right from your mouth. Oh, you think you know me, but I think you don't. Oh, you think you own me, but you can't ignore me. Life, I won't let it pass me by. I won't let you close your eyes on me. Won't let you sleep on me. Now I'm the first thing to cross your mind. The last thing you left to die and rot. Won't be your afterthought. Your afterthought. I've been here all along, but it's nothing new. Like a crack in the pain that you look right through. Your silver tongue left me lost in a thin dust. Let me out in the rain to rust. Crawling back on the day that I don't need you. Oh, you think you know me, but I think you don't. Oh, you think you own me, but you can't ignore me. Life, I won't let it pass me by. I won't let you close your eyes on me. Won't let you sleep on me. Now I'm the first thing to cross your mind. The last thing you left to die and rot. Won't be your afterthought. Your afterthought. So after all is said and done, will you reach for me or will you turn and run? After all is said and done, will you reach for me or will you turn and run? Life, I won't let it pass me by. I won't let you close your eyes on me. Won't let you sleep on me. Now I'm the first thing to cross your mind. The last thing you left to die and rot. Won't be your afterthought. Your afterthought. Your afterthought.
And that was Silent Theory with Afterthought. Before that, that was Cold Words with The Fire Inside. What I've got up next is AMOV, or A Moment of Violence, with their song Shots Fired. So I'll catch you guys back here in a bit. You're listening to Ecstasy Radio, your number one free rock and metal radio show. Enjoy.
Funny how you do what you do. You gave it
This is Frank with Drown Again, and you're listening to Ecstasy Radio, your number one free rock and metal radio show.
Separated moments marks lines of time. Keep us moving forward towards what we cannot find. Regret for things said and aching for this loss. Already paid the burden, but I never knew the cost. I know I've lost you, feel. Know that I will find you still. No matter what you see, I will be there for you. This distance I pulse so much farther away, making tomorrow feel like it was yesterday. Somehow I still feel all these lines connected, and these moments were never what I expected. I know I've lost you, feel. Know that I will find you still. No matter what you see, I will be there for you. Wherever you might be, you can put your faith in me. I'm never so far away that I can't find you. I know I've lost you, feel. Know that I will find you still. No matter what you see, I will be there for you. Wherever you might be, you can put your faith in me. I'm never so far away that I can't find you.
Smart enough to let it go, but I don't care 'cause I don't know how it feels on the inside. To the end, to this lover's dream, all is dead, silent screams, and you see it on the outside. In the bottle, piece of my mind going down, but I'm not the kind trying to get control. Who gives a damn? I am, no, I can't hide. Laughing, crying, suicide. Don't wanna face it on my own. No, no, not today. Down the road, kicking stones, kicking them all away. Down the road, kicking stones, kicking them not today. Down the road, kicking stones, kicking them all away. Down the road, kicking stones, kicking them all away. Kicking them all away. Down the road, kicking stones, kicking them all away. Down the road, kicking stones, kicking them all
If you don't play the game, the game plays you. If you
and that was Sound Theory with If You Don't Play the Game. Before that, there was my good friend Tim Steinreich with his band The Mighty One with Kickin' Stones. What I've got up next is also my very good friend Michael Bate with his song Radiate. So I'll catch you guys back here in a bit. You're listening to Ecstasy Radio, your number one free rock and metal radio show. Enjoy.
I close my eyes and then I close my eyes and then I radiate. I tried a million times, for heaven's sake, to dig myself out of this a sudden earthquake. But I see Orion floating right on by, and I hear the sisters singing across a boundless sky. I can't find the forest through the trees. I'll ask the wise men, can you release me? I close my eyes and then I radiate. I purify and then I consecrate. I may start slow but I accelerate. I close my eyes and then I radiate. I'll paint a picture using just my words, colored with everything that I've said and heard. My cup is full but I cannot hold it. I took a drink but then I went out and sold it. I can't find the forest through the trees. I'll ask the wise men, can you release me? Close my eyes and then I radiate. I purify and then I consecrate. I may start slow but I accelerate. I close my eyes and then I radiate. And then I radiate. I purify and then I consecrate. I may start slow but I accelerate. I close my eyes and then I radiate.
Hey, I'm Doc, and I'm the host of Ecstasy Radio, your number one free rock and metal radio show. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Unfortunately, I do have to end the show now, but you guys know me. I'm never one to leave you empty-handed. I've got Interload last with their song Aoki Gahara. So I'll catch you guys back here, same bat time, same bat channel, next week, 7:30 p.m. Central, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Friday. So I'll catch you then. Have a great and safe weekend, and keep the rock a-rollin'. Rock on.
Take corpses far wide. You're right. You get to catch me, you